Hey.
It's alive! It's alive!
It lives.
It lives! It's alive! And that is a complete departure from my normal intro, but you know what? Let's go different today. Hello, everyone. And welcome to Brushing the Topic. Woo!
Hi.
I am Vwild, and I will be one of your people in this wonderful FPS today, playing my little monkey. And I am joined by the incredible, the fabulous, the creator of this brilliant title card, and awesome Sib, who I love to have. I hold you aloft.
You know what? I just figured something that might be true, but probably isn't. You want to start just so that you can do that to me, don't you?
Maybe.
You little fucking shit. I love you so much.
I'm taller than you.
Okay, but consider it.
And it's too late.
You're
I'm holding you aloft. I'm holding you aloft towards the camera. Speak, my tiny Sib.
I will get you back later. Hi, I'm Babble, otherwise known in the Xerox server as Exotic Butters because I have not been asked to change my nickname. Which is very in character for who I'm playing today. And pardon my voice, I get tired a little bit. It's not bad. I'm playing Gibbs, so everything is in place. Mm-hmm. It's fine.
Mm-hmm. I love both Gibbs and you so much. But before...
I have had notes for 15 minutes.
But before we derail ourselves, shall we dive in, eh?
Yes, let's do that.
Alright, so our metaphorical, and I know it's not pan, I'm sorry cinematographers, but the camera pans down on Halloween Town. Specifically on today, to start with, a pumpkin field. Just one of the pumpkin patches, as this place does have those, because he who's spooky. And, who exactly is in this pumpkin field today to start off with? My fine Babble?
Why? Why do you do this? Well, I mean, it's a fox with a giant fucking tail.
Yep.
It's just kind of chilling.
Yep. It has found somewhere that is nice and quiet and calm, and it's having a nice foxy time. It's having a nice fox time.
Mm-hmm. Honestly, it's probably got its eyes closed in that, like, it's not napping, but it is just kind of lounging, sunbathing, basically. Mm-hmm. Despite the fact that there's probably not really much sun. Mm-hmm. Which is fine by it. Mm-hmm. Fuck the sun, honestly.
Please don't fuck the sun, it's way too hot.
I mean, if you can fuck the sun, that's a feat in and of itself. I feel like the person who can fuck the sun should be feared.
We are not going into that sort of debate. We will lose. But I also realise, in an amusing thing of, it is a wonderful day for this wonderful fox in Halloween Town. And you, Lin, you are a horrible, horrible monkey. Would Gibbs like to roll me a perception?
Fuck! You know, of all the things that I could have forgotten, I don't usually forget to bring up Firefox and bring my sheet, but this time I did. I had an entire fucking hour of being awake to do that, and I forgot. I guess that's how into being Gibbs that I was trying to get, is just I did not think about that.
I love you so much.
No thoughts, head empty all of the time.
Mm-hmm. God, while you're getting it up, I'll ramble, because Monkey, who has not been seen yet today, she's doing good. You know, she actually really good sleep last night, 7 on the nightmare die sort of thing, so really good dreams. She's had a wonderful time, you know, everything with Craigery. That's her partner. She loves him. And now she actually has a proper label for it. It's great.
Absolutely beloved.
And she's had a good time with everyone in town, and she's been doing good elsewhere, and she's got stuff with Haddie, and Haddie's doing a lot of weird stuff at the moment. He learned how to use a gun. He's
Yeah. Who did he learn how to use a gun from?
Yeah. Who indeed? I stare directly at the certain fox in the room.
It's not sorry at all.
No.
Oh. Alrighty. I pulled it up. Oh, it's perception, despite its -3 in wisdom, is a 0. So I don't. Which isn't great, but it's better than nothing. And I forgot that you can't use dice parser like that. Hold on.
It's okay. I believe in you. You can do it. I believe in you.
Fuck off. How the fuck? Dice parser. Please. How do you work now? I don't know.
We have Avre. Use Avre. I know you don't like it, but you can do it. I believe in you.
I forget fucking command. Where is it? Hold on, let me go to violence.
It's exclamation roll and then the D whatever.
Okay, I figured. Just could not remember for the life of me. There we go.
8.
That's an 8. So good job, buddy.
So Gibbs, you're just having a nice time. You're having your doze where you don't actually sleep, but it's a good time. It's a good time. There is a monkey, meanwhile, who came out to this pumpkin patch in the I am going to just go sketch things today. Kara, you can do what you want, and Linda just walked in a direction. And so eventually, and you can't hide that tail, Gibbs, for love or money. So she's got out to this pumpkin patch, and she did a bit of drawing, just getting into it, just enjoying it, because she's letting herself have nice things. And then the moment she caught sight of that tail, it was like, oh, I could be a reasonable person, or I could pull a shenanigan. I'ma pull a shenanigan. And so it's just sketchpad in hammer space, everything else in hammer space. Monkey sneaking over on all fours, just round the back of a pumpkin. There is the tail wiggle. There is the brace. There is the leap over the pumpkin onto this guy. It is the full-on, you know when a cat gets really animated into it, it's the full dramatic leap spring.
Hell yeah. Alright.
I'm going to roll acrobatics just to see how good she sticks the landing on this. Okay, let's see. What is that on your modifiers? That is an 8 plus 7, so it's a good one. For flavor, she hits, she squeaks as she touches down on Gibbs, and then she just kind of leaps off, does a little roll sort of thing, and then she's back up on all fours. Just...
You know how some cats will do that, like, sprawl with their front legs, and they're not necessarily downward dog, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, I know exactly what you mean.
Up in the air. That is Gibbs' response after rolling over.
Hi, Gibbs!
It geckers at her. It recognizes her. She knows that
There is a simian chatter right back. She is still on all fours. She is engaging in silly mode.
Get prepared to get chased, fucker.
Bring it. Bring it, you old fox, you mother pecker! New.
It isn't much for words today, it seems like, but it is absolutely bolting after with its tail high up in the fucking air.
The absolute delighted cackle Lin is giving off is something. It's just, yes, this is a good day. I always want to say, should we roll survival just to see who's winning this little battle of weave between the pumpkins?
Yes, always. Let's get this entire -3. Yes. Wait, no dice parser. Fuck. Good job, bud. Good job, buddy.
Incredible.
For the audience, it rolled a 12, but if you subtract 3 from it because of Gibbs' wisdom, it got a 9.
Which amuses me, as Lin rolled a 6 plus 6, so she got the 12. Add a character. Lin looked at that 12 and went, "Ooh, shiny, mine now." So it is just there is probably those cartoonish moments where they go round the pumpkin and Gibbs actually has to stop because, wait, I was chasing someone here, and there's Lin just sitting prim and proper, monkey style, on top of a pumpkin before leaping on it and just carrying on.
I feel like, also for the audience, when that happens, when the initial, like, wait, I was chasing somebody, what happened to them? There's not much of a beat after that it seems to forget what it was doing entirely. And it's when it turns to probably go back and lay down that it catches Lin.
Yep.
And that immediately brings it back into play mode. Because if she's doing that, then that means playtime.
Indeed.
So it's just this back and forth kind of thing.
Mm-hmm. It's after a couple of times, if she keeps getting that sort of, okay, when I'm out of sight too long, it starts going away. I'm going to stay in full sight now. I'm just gonna have a fun time just rolling here. Every time I could go out of sight, I'm just going to roll instead. I'm going to make noises. And so they are having a nice fun time. And the pumpkins are surprisingly intact for the moment. Gods. Would we want to roll? Is there anything you want to roll to see whether Gibbs can catch Lin?
Sure.
Or is it just
God,
or is it just these two springboarding off of each other, having the time of their lives?
Honestly, I imagine that it would just be them springboarding off of each other, having the time of their lives. So I guess a few contesting checks.
Yeah. That works for me.
Which one are you doing first? Acrobatics or athletics?
Let's go acrobatics, because she wants to just bump off the guy. She likes jumping off of Gibbs. It's fun. It's high-key entertainment for Monkey.
Alright, I'm gonna have it doing athletics then. To... not be Yote, I guess. That fucking goddamn it. There we go. Oh, Okay.
Hey, you beat her! So, how do you want to explain how this happens? Because she's gearing up to do another one of her little bounce off it, have fun on that front. What does it do?
That's an excellent question. I imagine that it freezes. Just perfectly fucking still.
Throw monkey off rhythm.
Throw monkey entirely off rhythm. And it does it just as she jumps so that she can't fucking stop.
Yeah. She sails overhead and there is it's a chatter of simian growling. It's just rolls into a small pile of pumpkins. There is this very distinctive noise that pumpkins make when you crash into them. It's great. It's hollow, but not. And don't ask me how I know this. We had an incident as geographers.
Listen, I also know this. Don't worry about it. I was 10.
I was not 10. Nor was my professor. But Lin
I see we've all committed pumpkin murder.
I didn't actually murder the we didn't murder the pumpkins. It was great. They were so sturdy. We didn't break any of them, so we just went, wait. Okay, they're broken from the stem. We take them and we run.
So you guys got a free snack. Meanwhile, I basically got pumpkin goop.
Yes. A lesson allowed. Which, God, actually, you know what? I think that is part of what happens. Lin emerges from this small pile of pumpkins and she looks down and there is one that's just snapped away from it all and just goes, I am going to pay for this later, but I also have free food! Picks it up, holds it aloft, kind of turns in the general direction of where she thinks the person who runs this place is and just goes, I'm gonna pay for this! And then shoves it in her hammer space. And then just dramatic point at Gibbs, just going, alright.
You missed.
Yeah, I did. I won't miss again! You wanna try?
Yeah.
Oh, it's on, Mother Pecker. You're getting got.
Hold on. No, not just exclamation point D20. Stop that. Gibbs.
6.
I highly doubt that she can do worse than that on an athletics check.
She literally can't. She's got a +6 modifier. She literally can't.
I imagine that it went to jump, and like that one gif with the fox jumping up, it got a little confused somehow. Jumped up, not forward, and landed face first into a pumpkin. It's got a pumpkin on it now. It's got a pumpkin on its head now.
Lin, who'd been about to charge on all fours, just stops, sits back in a monkey crouch, and then falls over backwards laughing.
Good.
It's delightful. It's just watching it get back up. It doesn't look hurt, and it now just has a pumpkin on its head. And so it can hear through the pumpkin her sheer delight at this.
Absolutely wonderful. It, however, is kind of confused, and it does a little backtrack in trying to just walk out of it, but that's not how that works. So
we got a Gibbs-a-lantern! It's great!
Fuck. pumpkin down and yanks back with its paws on the pumpkin.
Mm-hmm.
And its head comes out. It's covered in pumpkin mess. But then it just looks down at the pumpkin and it's just like, it shrugs and it takes a bite out of it.
Have yourself some raw pumpkin. Get that good crunch.
It doesn't fucking care.
Get that good crunch. Get that good crunch.
No, it is not gutting the pumpkin first, and it is not sorry. This is the same motherfucker that will just straight up eat a goddamn lemon the way that it is.
God. And Lin, after a good cackle, is just gonna get up and then just plod over and sit next to it and just go, "Is this enriching? Do you like it?"
I mean, it's food.
And it is pumpkin. Pumpkin is a good food. And she just give it a sniff and go, "I prefer it when it's cooked. You can make it really nice. And if you add, like, nutmeg and butter, it tastes great."
Yeah, I could do that. Or I could have it now and not have to wait.
Lin just nods sagely.
I don't exactly have standards for food. Unless, of course, it's for other people, then yeah, no, I have standards, but...
I get that. I do get that. At the same time, you do deserve nice food. And Lin does go to pat Gibbs, just like, gentle pat on the shoulder, and then just, you know, the scrunchy face of, "Oh no," because he's covered in... it's covered in pumpkin goop. And so there is just the scrunch. Like, she's wearing gloves, but still scrunch.
You know what's even worse?
What?
I think after taking another bite, because it can feel part of it on its ear, it's gonna shake its head.
No, guts are
So
flying
it's
everywhere.
shake.
No, the guts are flying everywhere. And so there is just she can't. I don't think she can feasibly avoid all of this. I'm gonna make her a dex save just to see. No, heart emoji. I think this is the worst Lin's ever rolled. Like, we've had multiple below 10 rolls. This is actually impressive for her. But yeah, no, that's a 7. And so you just get the...
Lin, my beloved.
She's doing the full scrunchy now. It's just, there is pumpkin seed goop, and she does even twitch one of her ears to get it off of her. Just, "Oh no, pumpkin murder. We're gonna... Gibbs, you know what we're gonna have to do?"
No.
"We're gonna have to get rid of the evidence."
I am getting rid of the evidence. I'm eating it.
There are better ways, Gibbs. There are better ways. And also, we're covered in... And Lin actually takes a moment to look down at herself. And just, I like to imagine the slight pan out of these two. Covered in pumpkin guts. Definitely covered in dirt and dust from the tussling and that sort of stuff. Lin probably has a leaf, like, stuck in her hair. Haha, she really does look like a pumpkin now. And she's just empathetically gesturing forward at this pumpkin, just going, "There are better ways. I'm not gonna eat it like this. And you don't have to eat it all like... Hey, Gibbs.
What?
How do you like baking?"
I like it, I guess. It's fine. something to do.
Do you want to do some baking? Well, not right now. I need to de-goopify us. But after I can go and pay for this pumpkin and for my pumpkin, and then we could go do some baking if you like. Unless you're busy today. Are you busy?
I don't know. I don't think so.
Great. So, wanna hang out? We can do baking, and we can have fun, and I can get you all cleaned up, and it'll be nice.
Okay.
Woo! I am going to go pay for this pumpkin and possibly panic someone out there. In fact, you know what? I'm gonna go and be a menace. I'll be right back. And Lin is gonna go nooming off to whoever runs this place and basically just, you know, the moment of just you're doing something and you're just doing something so calm, and then you turn around and there's just someone there.
Yeah.
She's gonna do that. It is Cryptid Monkey just, hi, I am here for pumpkin. Puts down like the gold equivalent that she's tallied up in her head from her understanding of market prices at the moment, and then just goes, have a nice day. And nooms off again. Like full on expeditious retreat, so it's just like she flash steps, she gone.
I love her so much.
No explanation, no context, just you heard a strange yell out in your pumpkin patch, and now there is just sentient pumpkin monkey. And I'm rolling performance to see how well. Okay. It's a high roll. It's a high roll. Yeah, that is what is that? That's a 25. That was a 25. And
yes, good.
And she's back as quick as she can, just back to the exact site, just going, okay, we can go. Okay.
When did you get here, Lin?
I've been here, well, I was here, and we've dealt with the pumpkins and stuff. And then I went off to go pay for the pumpkins, and now I'm back. So, about 2 seconds ago? And about, what time is it? About 15 minutes before that, we had fun. No, half an hour. I've been around you for about half an hour.
I don't remember that. And it's looking down at the pumpkin. And it's seeing that there is evidence that they were doing that. And now it is very confused.
Well, there's no need to worry on it, because we just had shenanigans. You were dozing, and so you're probably a little bit sleepy today. That's okay, that's valid. And I came around and I tackled you, and then we had fun, and then I totally won. And I was totally winning, and then I fell into some pumpkins, and then you went into a pumpkin, and then we had a great time, and if you still want, we can go baking.
Hold on just a second.
You are so valid. Do 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 do. I am making pumpkin song, pumpkin song, pumpkin song, pumpkin 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 song. This is what is going on in Lin's head at the moment. Besides everything she's doing with Gibbs, she's multi-track drifting. There is so much thought of pumpkin.
Hi, hello, I'm back.
Hello, you're back. Hello, wonderful to see you. We love you.
Hello, you too. But Gibbs has been oddly cooperative today, which is like New for me as well, because usually it's very indifferent and just like, I don't care. It's cooperative today.
It's the power of an extrovert.
You know what? Fair. But in response to Lin asking if it wants to hang out with her, it does say, sure.
It's usually Lin does try and be a bit deceptive, even if it's just wrangling in her emotions a bit. She does get straight up that Gibbs's eyesight probably isn't great, and just other factors, and so it's actually good to be as expressive as possible, and so you do just get her full on doing the tail wiggles. Like, animated tail wiggles are great! Okay, baking. We could do it at I've never taken you to my place before. Would you be okay with that? Or we could probably go to the manor. I mean, I don't know what the spooks are doing today, but I'm pretty sure if we asked nicely, we could use the kitchen for baking.
Give me just a sec, 'cause I have to make it decide. Yeah, okay, buddy. It's curious to know what Lin's home looks like, but it also seems a little uneasy about it.
Would you like me to roll an insight, or do you think that's blatant?
Hold on. Let me roll this thing. Okay, buddy, your deception is shit, which is fine. Honestly, that's a good thing.
I will roll the contesting insight.
I mean, it got a nat 1, so...
Okay.
I don't think you need to roll.
No.
It got a nat 1.
Yeah. So, Lin on seeing that is just like, actually, I love my home. My home is wonderful. One day I will introduce you to the network, but she's very happy and hyper at the moment, and yeah, I think low key is better. And besides, God, the spooks place. I mean, stars and souls and plot lines. It's a great kitchen, isn't it? It's got so much stuff, and it's got a really nice island table, and it's got really nice comfy places. It's good.
I hope they don't mind me just dragging this, and it goes to like look like it's taking a bite of it, but it's just grabbing it with its mouth and just starts dragging the damn thing.
You know what? Pumpkin procession. And she takes out the pumpkin she put in her hammer space. And she's just gonna do it in solidarity. Just. It's just like clamp the stem of it in her mouth, but support it with her arms, and just.
Could it maybe be normal about this? Yes. I don't think it has much capacity to be normal today.
Nope. And so Lin is straight up partially following its lead. She's not going to make it feel weird. She's going to do everything she can to be just like, okay, this is how we're doing things today? Alright! This is a very old fox, and she wants good bonding time with her friend.
I lay here and I wear. I love this, Your Honor.
But should we roll survival to see how long this little procession takes through town?
Yes. Gibbs, my darling, please.
I'm gonna use my pumpkin dice for this game.
Where is survival? I forgot how to spell survival for a second. That's an 11. It's not terrible.
Lin, you didn't need to roll that high. Why did you roll that high, Lin? But I think as they're going along, at one point, if Gibbs just starts, you know that you're both walking together and then just one of you starts veering off.
Mm-hmm.
And she can kind of tell this is probably Kara just having a bit of stuff, and so there's just Lin just going, okay, we're taking the scenic route, and then just follows Gibbs and just loops her tail like around like an appendage or something, just stop it from getting too lost at the same time. A little bit of a scenic route. She knows where she is at all times, but she's having fun.
I imagine that it's honestly partially like stopping a little bit because it's forgetting where they're going and why.
Mm-hmm. So you know what? Part of that 25 who damn is gonna be her just chanting under her breath around the stem, just gonna go make pumpkin food, gonna do some baking, gonna do it at the spooky manor, gonna have a fun time with my buddy.
I lay here, I went, this is soft, how dare you, I love it.
She's known a lot of old people. I mean, I gesture at her family. She knows how to make things work, and also she just really likes her friend.
I love them, Your Honor.
But eventually they will get to the manor, and Lin will just unclench from around the pumpkin properly just to go, "Hi, Kara! We're making food! Okay, bye!" And then just walk inside. You are so valid, beloved. Making pumpkin stuff, making pumpkin stuff. Gotta make some pumpkin food. Nom 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 nom.
Hi, hello.
Hi, hello. We are.
Hee-hoo.
Hee-hoo, hee-hoo. We are good.
We're back. I apologize. Both dogs started barking instead of just the one small one.
You are incredibly valid and I treasure you. But yeah.
God.
And I kid you not, when they got to the door, like, Lin has logically known all this time, yes, Kara knows what you're doing because Lin has been chanting the song as she's been bringing Gibbs here. She did still absolutely raise the pumpkin and announce her intentions.
Gibbs is just slowly dragging its fucking pumpkin back.
We're gonna be in the kitchen! It's gonna be great! And then just tucks her pumpkin back close to her chest and is striding in happily. Just, she knows
it does stop in the middle of the hallway though, and just kind of, I don't think it tries to be loud, but it's not really. I'm home. Aww. And then it continues dragging it.
I am going to roll deception for Lin in the... Yeah, no, I don't think Gibbs can roll that high. Lin's...
I doubt it.
That's a 27.
No.
There is straight up just Lin looking at it discreetly, and her heart is slightly melted that, yeah, this guy's found a home. That's good. It deserves nice things. She is a very smart monkey. She will make connections on stuff, but it is just so good that it has a nice, safe place that it calls home.
I lay here and I went, I hold up my thoughts. I love it so much.
Indeed. And so you will just have these... Lin knows the way to the kitchen. Like, you could blindfold this monkey, and this monkey would still be able to find the route on this one, because it's her favourite place besides Network. This is safe. And
I'm not gonna roll Gibbs anything either, because Gibbs doesn't leave the manor often. It struggles still to navigate Halloween Town outside the manor. But in the manor, I think it's mostly fine. It's improved a lot. God fucking damn it.
God's
No, we're just gonna ignore that for now. Unless both dogs start barking.
Indeed.
And don't...
We're not jinxing it.
I heard that horse.
We're not jinxing it. We're not jinxing it. But, God, I'm gonna roll athletics just because it's funny, because Lin is still short as peck, and this is a big kitchen. No, heart emoji. No.
I'm also gonna roll it. Because it would be...
Her wonderful plan in her little head had been, I'm gonna scramble up and I'm gonna put my pumpkin on the island table so I know where it is. And she forgot that she was using... Like, she's forgotten that she can use her barbarian stuff to jump. And so she just tried to scramble, but she's got a pumpkin in her arms. And so it's just the fumble, try, scrabble. No, boom. No.
That's okay. Gibbs tries to throw it onto the counter, and it just lands on its head again.
Lin, from where she was on the floor, she's clutching this goddamn pumpkin to her chest like a teddy bear, looks over and then just starts cackling.
Gibbs is just frozen with his hands slightly in the air, like, wait.
Hang on.
You can tell that it's confused, like, wait, what happened?
Lights are out, people are home. Hang on, wait. Why didn't I do this in the first place? And she is just gonna now use her jumping thing and literally just jump. It's on the table. Back down. Like, does a little dust herself off and go, wait. Kara, I'm sorry we trailed goop into your place. I'll clean it up. And
Gibbs is even more covered in the goop now.
Lin is gonna help Gibbs get it off. And then she's gonna, afterwards, what, strength roll, I presume? Strength check to get there? Okay. Okay, that's a 16. So what I like to imagine is there's literally Lin just going, come here, gimme. And then the heave-ho, a few attempts, and then it pops off.
Yeah. And then the absolute horror that Gibbs is just, like, covered in orange goop with pumpkin seeds.
You know... Okay, I'm sorry, I can't keep a straight face looking at you. You look ridiculous. I'm sorry, Gibbs.
It looks like a wet cat, but, like, it looks like a fluffy wet cat. Like, you put an extremely fluffy Norwegian forest cat in water.
Lin she says something in giant and she just loses it. She's having a great time. You look ridiculous. And she's just like, okay. We collect the pumpkin seeds. We use the pumpkin seeds. I will get you dry, I promise. I have Sparkly spell is a cantrip that I still can't fucking pronounce.
Prestidigitation.
That's the bitch.
I don't even speak common.
Listen.
I do, but...
Listen. I think at this point the universe has just said it's funny for the monkey to not get this goddamn word, so do it for the gag. At the same time, Preston, did you what the? And she's just like, she's gonna delicately yeet the pumpkin onto the island table. I'm gonna put that as another strength. Yeah. Okay. It's another 16. It's just the heft. I just go, ha! Okay, this is a nice way. I like it. It's probably because half of its guts have already been removed. Don't. Okay, now we are filthy. You are really filthy. Your fur is matted in so many places. Don't worry, I'm going to help you with that afterwards. I am an expert at fluff.
Okay.
And then she just kind of just stands there for a moment, basically spamming Prestidige. Just cleans Gibbs again, cleans Gibbs again, cleans Gibbs again. Okay, I think I got the pumpkin juice off, and the dirt, and the leaves, and now I do me. And she does that, and then she's just like, okay, wash your hands. I'm gonna go through the manor spewing apologies and getting rid of guts. Leave no evidence! Spam, 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 spam.
You can just eat the evidence.
Not off the floor, there's a 5-second rule.
That means nothing to me, man.
Adeline does come back, like, a very short while later, just like, I'm back! We're doing bacon with the pumpkins on the island table!
Yeah, it had turned around from where it was washing its hands, and it did look confused until she said that, and it's like, oh, okay.
Alright, now, here's the question, here's the rub, here's the important part of this case. What are we going to bake? You got any ideas?
Baking, no. But I know some things that we can actually make for food, but I've made, I think, is it still? Hold on. And it hops down from the stool where it was sitting, goes over to the freezer, and opens that, if there is a freezer. I hope so.
There is reasonably going to be a freezer in this place. Just, these guys have got really good standards. Lin has a freezer, these guys are going to have a freezer.
Yeah, okay, it's still pretty damn full from where Gibbs has just made sure that there's enough food in there.
Bless.
It makes food to feed an army, man. That is both a cultural thing for it and also just... And all of it is made to be fine, frozen for a while. So, like, it's not like any of it's actually going to go to waste.
I mean, Gibbs handshake Lin. She does deliveries all over Inkwell on chili runs and stuff. She will bake and cook for armies. It's Stagehand family, man.
Kobe culture, man. Handshake.
And Lin will just come over and she's just like, okay, your fur is still a mess. But you do smell a pumpkin spice now. Now, what are you looking at?
Lin, you look past it. And, it's been busy, apparently, making food. So I think you would recognize some of the dumplings that are in there that are, like, bigger than your fucking head, a single one of them. But there are also a good few other things in there that it knows how to make.
Okay. So you're taking inspiration from in here? Because I want to save some of this stuff for chili because pumpkin and chili is so good, Gibbs. Do you like... Wait, did I ask whether you... Well, you ate pumpkin earlier, but you said you were having it raw. Do you like pumpkin?
Food. And I was in here to check whether or not we had room to do what I had thought, and we don't.
Oh. I could store it in my fridge, maybe. I can make room. We can depart with some chili. I have certain nephews and I have a new niece. I have a new niece in Villestown, and I want to give her food. And so I can clear out some of my freezer so we can put it in there. And then I can bring it over here when you want it. That work?
Did you have anything you wanted to make?
Well, we got pumpkin seeds, so we can roast those. Because when you get them really nice, they've got this really good crunch. Have you ever had that? It's the really good crunch, Gibbs.
Have you ever had them fried?
No. Teach me.
Okay.
Alright, so we got that. And then for the rest of it, you bake. You bake. We could make pie. Oh, pie. I know the spooks like pie as well. Everyone loves pie. Everyone loves pie. Pie is the best. And you can make like cookies or cake, or you can make other stuff, or you can just, as I said earlier, you take the pumpkin and you slice the top off, and then you get it all nice and you remove all the pumpkin seeds, and then you put it with butter and cinnamon, and then you shove it in somewhere and it gets nice and warm and toasty, and then you get a spoon and you carve it out, and you have it in its own bowl because the pumpkin is the bowl, Gibbs. It's great. And she's full on miming it as she's saying it.
Why don't we do that one with the one that's already... It points to the one that it was pretty much in, which, whoops.
I think...
Since that one's already been carved out, almost.
Yeah. You've eaten a bit of it, but if we carve out the bottom part of it, it's a big pumpkin. It was able to fit on your head. So if we take the bottom part of that, and then we can use that for that, and then you and me can eat it. And it'll be great. We could even put some cheese in it if you like. Cheese is good. I like cheese.
Hold on. And it grabs a knife and it cuts around where it had eaten part of it.
Nice.
Because he'd eaten, like, where the hole was. It wasn't just, like, biting into it at random.
Ah, genius. Let us see.
And it makes full shape.
Ooh. Genius.
And then it shoves the rest of what it cut out in its mouth.
Heckin' fantastic, you funky fox. Genius! You are an expert.
It's not responding because it doesn't know how to respond, but it is going into the pantry now. It has an idea.
Lin is just happily she is still, every time it goes out of her sight, she just starts up singing again. And it is just, gonna make some pumpkin bowl, gonna have a nice time, Gibbs my buddy. We're gonna have some fun doing some baking. We're gonna fry some pumpkin seeds. It's gonna be a good time. Yeah!
So what it brings out is absolutely some nutmeg, some hazelnuts,
Ooh.
Two different kinds of chocolate.
Ooh.
White chocolate, and I think it was. Hold on. Let me go into mine and RJ's DMs real quick.
I will just say here.
What is Lin's favorite kind of chocolate? Because it would then bring out 3.
Good question. Because I've never asked myself this, because I myself don't eat chocolate.
Fair as fuck.
Well, monkeys like... Lin does not eat caffeine. She doesn't eat caffeine beans anymore. Coffee beans, that's the one. She doesn't eat those anymore because coffee, but she did used to love that.
Mm-hmm.
But she'd probably go with... You know how there's marble chocolate, where it's white chocolate and another type? So she gets the nice chocolate, but also just white chocolate is good, man. Like, Gibbs would full on see, as it was coming out with the first chocolates, how she basically, like, stuck her head towards the white chocolate. It's just like, okay, that one.
Fair as fuck. Damn it, I can't fucking find it.
Bless your cotton socks.
I'm pretty sure, like... Okay, so that's decimals. I love decimals. I don't want decimals. God damn it.
No. While they're waiting, Lin will ramble through chocolate, just like, yeah, chocolate's great. Chocolate's great in different things. Like, there's dark chili chocolate and that sort of stuff, and that is actually ironically good in chili. I've perfected that. White chocolate doesn't go in chili. I tried that. That sucked. That sucked, Gibbs. It sucked so bad. I had to throw away the pot. It was terrible. I ruined the recipe. I ruined chili. It was terrible. But I found other chocolates that are good in chili and other stuff. Just there's some very good recipes out there. It's surprising how much can be used in a savory dish. Also, I'm going to eat this chocolate now, and she does just like jokingly like reach out. You know, like try to stop a cat from eating something. She is just going
Alright, I'm gonna see what it does. Hold on. I can't find it, but I'm assuming that it's darker chocolate that he likes, so... Gibbs also doesn't like chocolate, by the way.
Mm-hmm. I can't have it because I gesture at the me. My body doesn't like it, bless.
Understandable. I gently pat you. It's 17. You might want to roll insight.
I will roll insight. 18 plus something. 18 plus 6. 24.
The look on its face isn't one of, like... God, how do I describe it? I don't know. Fuck. It's not upset, but, like... It is basically doing this.
Oh no! Sad face. Oh no!
As much as its resting bitch face can.
Lin, who had been jokingly, like, she was doing the glance up to see whether it was okay, and then just sees that expression and completely changes her task from, I'm going to pretend to bite this, to, I am giving the headbutts. I am giving the headbutts, forgive me for my sins.
It has quickly forgotten what those sins were after the headbutts.
Alright, so we got our chocolate. Oh. Spook chocolates. Very good. Alright, so we got these, and do you like chocolate?
No.
Do you like sweet things? Or are you more a savory, or a spicy, or a sour? What do you like?
I don't really think lemons go well with pumpkin.
No. They go good with avocado, but no, not pumpkin. No.
So, no. Do you like chocolate?
Yeah, I do. Not all the time, because monkey on chocolate it's a sight. It's fun. Well, me on fudge. Me on fudge is far more interesting. My uncle has never quite recovered from the time he let me have a whole bar of fudge. He thought it would be enrichment. I think I hid in the rafters of the hub, vibrating for about an hour. It was a great time. They had to get me down with a broom. It was great.
No fudge, then. Okay.
No, the fudge! You know you want to give it to me. You know you want to give the fudge to the monkey, Gibbs. Come on. You know you want to.
No.
Dang it! And she does give the big soulful eyes, but she is not putting anything into it. It's just completely joking.
And it looks so unimpressed.
No! I'll convince the spooks to get me fudge at some stage, as a treat.
It is looking at her like, I don't think they'll be fooled.
Come on. Think of it. Think of it. It'll be great! It'll be enrichment for the whole family.
If you can fool them, I would be surprised.
Well, now I gotta try. I gotta try. Kara, don't tell them, please. I gotta try. Anyway, we are getting so sidetracked. We have got chocolate. We have got... Why have we got hazelnut? And she doesn't even do the little, monkey sniff. Monkeys do sniff things when they're curious. She just full on does the little sniff, head tilt to one side, just... Ooh. These going... are they with the seeds, or... What are we doing?
No, they're gonna be with the crust for the pie. Which, speaking of, I should get walnuts too.
You are a peckin' genius, Gibbs! I'll get the walnuts! You do the crust! Noom!
Okay.
There is a small clatter from inside the pantry.
I also do hand you that, first thing it does is that I don't know how you do this, but it manages to get some oil out of the hazelnuts.
Mm-hmm.
And it leaves that in the pan. So I'm assuming that's how you do it. I don't fucking know. Also probably maybe makes the hazelnut suffer. I don't even know if that's possible. Fuck it. Toonland.
Yep. It's the power of Gibbs.
It is the power of Gibbs and the fact that it is not from a place where laws work the way that they do here.
I mean, I think you, cold press it and stuff. There's an entire process for it. I do know that much. But we are not here to learn how to extract hazelnut oil. We are here to have a good soft time. It's Toons.
And I'm sitting here in the fact that I'm saying that the way that things work in the world that it's from do not work the same as here. Mm-hmm. So fuck it.
Mm-hmm.
It's using what it knows, and because it is it doing it, it's working.
Yes. Lin will come out, and she would be singing. She's humming. She's absolutely crunching on something as she's bringing the walnuts out.
It is slowly turning to her. What the fuck are you eating?
Crunches faster. Just absolutely just the look of just, I have done nothing wrong in my life ever. Crunch, 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 crunch.
What did you eat?
Crunch, crunch. Swallow.
I can hear you crunching.
Dead silence as Lin just looks at them, mouthful of what's probably some type of nut, and then just holds up the walnuts as though changing the topic.
I mean, it works, so...
Lin, very satisfied. Oh, she had a fun time. This is a good pantry. These guys have good shit. She is absolutely just... She absolutely, when she crashed in there, got a little sidetracked and just went, ooh, crunchy.
God damn it, Lin.
I apologise to the spooks for what their pantry looks like after these two have been in there.
Okay, well, in fairness, Gibbs isn't gonna go in there and destroy it. It's just gonna go in there and grab what it needs and then put it back where it found it.
Oh,
if
yeah.
it can remember where it found it.
Yeah, Lin's not destroyed anything either. She's probably even got an unseen servant in there helping fix it all. At the same time, she is riding the high of, I am having a good day! God bless him.
Meanwhile, Gibbs is going to step away from the pan that has the oil in it. Put the fucking hazelnuts that look kind of mushy and squished. But they're not like that. They're not like mushy as in actual mush.
They've
They're
been
soft.
ground. They've been ground.
They're softer.
Yeah.
And it makes it easier for them to grind.
Mm-hmm.
And don't question how that works. It's Gibbs.
Yeah. And Lin is gonna hop up with the other ingredients that she's found, and she is gonna start making the proper pie stuff. Just like, okay, you're doing the nuts and stuff. Do you want to make the pie base and I make the filling stuff? Because I know how to handle pumpkins, and it's very messy.
Go for it.
Yeah!
I'm gonna make the chocolate filling, which it makes a little circle in the middle of the pie pan thing.
Mm-hmm.
And it says it was gonna put it in there in like 4. And it grabs a thing which is supposed to help separate it.
You are, as always, a peckin' genius, Gibbs. And then she just scrambles off to do this. And I think while, like, we don't have to describe all of what they're doing. So as she's just, like, carving out the pumpkin stuff and getting it ready to turn into a puree, which she probably will actually use a machine because her hands, while good, probably would seize at it. And she's just like, so, how you been doing recently? You made any friends?
I sit here in the fact that it made one, but it doesn't remember him.
Mm-hmm. Then she will just go, so what else have you been getting up to? Because I know we've talked a few times, and I know you have time with the spooks. Is there anyone else? Like...
I don't know. I talk to Chateau a lot. We hang out.
Oh, that's good. So you got another friend, and that's great. I've got to properly talk to Chateau at some stage, but she seems nice. She hangs out with Ro a lot. I've seen her through the window a few times when I hang out near the school. Don't tell anyone that. It's really, there's this one nice tree by the school. I scramble up into it and I can listen to the lectures. It's great. But that's a secret, okay?
But why not go in if you want to learn?
And you can roll insight if you like.
I don't think it's gonna do much, but it's gonna try.
You can do it. I believe in you.
Please,
In fact,
Gibbs, my
you
darling.
can even have... Hey! Nat 20! That is brilliant! I love it!
Gibbs has been rolling well on Insight for the past few FPSs that it's been in, and I'm crying.
Yeah. And it's in the way that Lin is focusing on, like, making this, like, getting all the stuff ready and using a little masher to make the puree and everything. And how she's making a gesture with her hand and she's not looking at you. It's not embarrassed, but it is, in a way, bashful, self-conscious. Just the, I'm not an academic. I like learning. Give me a tome or a book or some papers. I've read some good papers recently, or books that I get from the library, or just stuff in general, and I will devour it all. It's just, I don't... Classroom settings aren't, And she does give a empathetic gesture at her tail, which is happily waving in the air, and basically gesturing at all of herself. And Gibbs, you know this is a chaotic monkey. You can tell with your insight, she's basically going, I'm too hyper for this environment. And that she recognizes that and is a bit self-conscious about it. It's just...
I hand you that it's giving her this look now.
God.
The Keanu Reeves smoking a cigarette on a balcony look.
What? If the people actually signed up for a course and they're learning, they don't need a golden chattering monkey in the middle of them.
Okay, but has it ever crossed your mind to just ask Ro or someone, like one of the other, the fuck they call it, people that teach the shit?
Teachers? Lecturers? Professors? Doctors?
Sure. One of those, any of those, all of those, I don't care. I am the least academic son of a bitch. To just, you can ask to have a tutor, you know. You don't have to go into the class, I don't think.
The look Lin is giving you is the... This had not quite crossed her mind.
I get lessons from them on Common.
Oh. I mean, tutoring one-on-one might work. I mean, I one-on-one with Almond when I was becoming a detective, and Jacques one-on-one with me when I was learning how to do all this stuff. Like this! And she entirely forgets just doing the pureeing for a moment to cast Dancing Lights, because it's her favourite spell. Besides, Cure Wounds is her favourite. Dancing Lights is close second because it was the first she learned.
Gibbs, who has now forgotten that they're supposed to be baking something, has stopped, and I'm gonna roll a thing. Yes! It pulls out a flute. From its hammer. Because that's its hammer face.
I love you. Oh?
And, starts playing it, and I'm not gonna roll because, no, I don't wanna.
No. This is soft, Your Honor.
Yeah. Soft, Your Honor, fuck you.
And Lin does just straight up just lean back, just lean against a wall, because she'd probably been sitting on the counter to do all this stuff, just to rest her legs. And so she does just lean back against the wall and watch, well, these pumpkin orange balls of light that are just in the air, and that flute. You're really good at that.
I mean, I learned from Jocks, so...
Oh. Yeah.
Relearned, I guess, but same difference. I forgot a lot, so...
He is a good teacher. He's the best.
It doesn't say. You can roll an insight.
I will. Why are you rolling 19s on insight? That's another 25.
So, like, the way that it looks away is someone who has very deep affection for the person mentioned, but isn't saying anything, and it's not like... It's not romantic.
Lin
but
gets that.
You can kind of tell that it's on the same vein.
I mean, I gesture at what Lin's just figured out between her and Craigery and all the people that she's been around in the past, so she doesn't outright say it, but she does just nod and go, yeah. You've got a good connection there. That's a good bond. I'm glad you have that, Gibbs.
I'm going to say with that 25, you can see it kind of tense.
Is this about connections or about you getting good things? You deserve nice things, Gibbs. You do. You deserve. You deserve. You deserve.
Beg to differ. Go off.
Alright, I'll go off. You deserve the nice things, the good things, the soft things, the good moments like this. It's nice to have moments like this and people to share it with.
It's looking inside itself and saying, what am I willing to put up with today? It is willing to put up with this. Thank God.
Good. I'll leave it to someone else who's more qualified to have this kind of talk, but I hope one day that you see that. Anyway, we were making pie! And hazelnut stuff to go in the pie, and chocolate to go in the pie. How's the chocolate going?
Shit. It turns back to the chocolate.
The chocolate! Save the chocolate, Gibbs!
The chocolate's fine, and it's ready. It's just taking it off the fucking stove.
There is a cheer from Lin as well as she raises up basically how she's finished doing the filling. It's absent-mindedly, as she was talking through everything else, she was still doing it because this monkey is always on different track minds.
And Gibbs has mixed in the hazelnuts and the walnuts with the crust, so hee-hoo.
It's just combining everything and then sticking it in the oven.
Yes.
And then, of course, frying the pumpkin seeds and stuff, which Lin is looking at. Lin absolutely snags just one pumpkin seed just to go crunch, 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 crunch.
I imagine that they split, like, they take the seeds and put them into two different piles, make some that are roasted, and then Gibbs just fucking goes ham with frying some of them for her.
Yes! Very content monkey.
And, like, you can kind of see through them when they're fried. I've had fried pumpkin seeds before. I've never been able to recreate how my first grade teacher did it.
Bless.
And I'm mad about it because I want them so badly.
Bless.
She did it. And she did it every year.
We will hunt her down.
And then I left, and I never got to ask her for the recipe, and I'm upset about it because I've wanted them ever since.
Bless.
I had them once, and I was sold.
Bless. But Lin is watching attentively. She is mentally taking notes. She is figuring all of this out, and then she's also just looking over at Gibbs and just going, after we fry this, we've got time before the pie and the roasting is done. Do you want to... Shall we deal with our fur while we wait? Because, it's matted to pick.
I mean, you can deal with yours if you want. I don't care about mine.
But consider... it will feel really good afterwards. You can say no, there is no pressure, but it is also a really nice experience.
I don't care, Lin.
Tell you what, we can start it, and if at any point you get irritated or it's taking too long or you get too bored, we can stop, and I can just do me. That work?
Okay. Also, Lin, you want to roll me an intelligence check real quick?
Yes, I do. That is a 15 plus intelligence. That's a +3. So that's an 18.
Okay, Lin, you didn't need to go that hard, but okay.
We say that about Lin a lot, and yet...
Lin, you could absolutely use the fact that it pretty much sleeps with the spooks, for the most part, or naps with them. It spends a lot of time just kind of squished in between them or on their lap.
Bless.
You can use that as an excuse to get it to, words. I don't word. Please help.
I'm looking at this both as the squishing is a good thing for Gibbs, and also, hey, if you're in the middle of the spooks and you're nice and glossy and fluffy, you're going to be even better with the spooks, and so it's going to be a great time.
Yeah, that.
Lin is just she is very happily chattering. It is that happy chatter chitter noise that monkeys make, and she's doing it out of slight victory at having figured out things.
Because I sit here in the fact that Gibbs is less likely to do things for itself, but if you can trick it into doing it for another person.
You are gonna be so fluffy and plush. The spooks are gonna love it. They're gonna love it, Gibbs. You are gonna be the best fluffy fox. And they are going to love it. Very huggable.
It doesn't say anything, but it's looking down, sort of, and it's like, you can tell on its face that it's just like, God damn it.
She doesn't do that part out loud, but it's just like, we got him.
You got it.
You got it. You got it.
You've tricked the fox Bamboozled.
Bamboozled, perplexed, baffled. Got him. And so there is just her very satisfied, she'll hop off, like, the countertop, and she'll figure out a good place to, like, do this grooming session where it's not near the food. Probably, like, the next room over or something. Or just on the opposite side of the room, and then just use an unseen servant to make sure no fluff gets anywhere else.
I mean, they do hint you that it does have a favorite spot to just relax.
Perfect.
Which is a particular windowsill.
Perfect.
There are many windowsills that it likes to chill.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, it's as soon as the frying is over. God, they probably even just take a little bowl of the fried ones over so they can snack on them as they're, like, doing stuff.
Yee. I hold that gentle.
And Lin will just sit down. Hammer space. Yes! Hammer space. With a 9, it's Gibbs, as soon as you two are getting comfortable, she rummages in her hammer space and then just pulls out. You know one of those roll-out things of different brushes?
Yes.
She does
weirdly enough.
She does that, and she just rolls it out, and there's... Gibbs, there are so many brushes in here. And
It is so confused. Why would you have so many for one thing?
And she will just even start rambling on it, going, okay, so some of these brushes we don't use. This one here, and she points at one. This one is for cleaning tortoise shells. It's very good. It makes my uncle do the happy rumbles. And those ones are for reptiles. And these ones are for short fur, but you and me don't have short fur. It's not gonna do jack shit for us. Oh, jack-o'-lantern shit. And we got... Okay, so... Have you had any experience with brushes before? Because we got boar bristle, and we got combs, and we got wire, and we... Why do I have a bone one? Puts that back.
Gibbs just sits here, and Bone being the only one it's ever known. Outside of whatever one that Asclepius uses on it.
Mm-hmm. So, we'll want to go with one for thick fur because I just fit you and I just... And she rolls up her sleeve on her good arm and she sticks her hand into her fur and the fur, it entirely disappears. It's her...
I do gesture at Arctic foxes.
Mm-hmm.
It constantly has a fucking winter coat, for God's sakes.
Hang on a minute. Do you mind if I stick my hand in your fluff to judge something real quick?
No.
Great. She sticks her hand, like, at a point where it's okay to do so, where it's not gonna look weird. She just sticks her hand and goes, okay, so you have under fur. Okay, so we could try a slicker brush. This is good. This is good for my fur. It's very comfy. And I also have ones for my hair, like, and she gestures at her top of her head, and then she puts that down and goes, you don't have that. So we could try, like, boar, and we could try combs, and we could try this brush, and she waves, like, the slicker brush around a bit. It's really good for thick fur.
Fuck you. No. Advantage. That's an 8. You know what?
You know what? You have a D6. Roll that bardic inspiration as well, motherfucker.
That's enough. It's above a 10. I'm gonna take it.
Mm-hmm.
Alright. Fuck. That's not an exclamation point. I get to roll Gibbs's fumble chart.
Yay!
I get to roll Gibbs's fumble chart. Why here?
Oh boy.
Where's its fumble? Alright. Gotta make sure that this is even the correct one. Here we go. Nobody loves you and your mother is disappointed.
And your grandfather's leaving you nothing in his will.
I have so many things open right now. Come on, you can do it. You can open. I don't think this is the correct one. Alright. Let me go to violence. Apologies, everybody.
It's alright. While this is all going on, Lin is just sorting the different brushes to go through which ones are going to be most appropriate. She is keeping an eye on Gibbs though, so we'll see what happens.
Alrighty. I would like to grab all of this. Okay, please cooperate with me. That would be great. Copy that. What we're gonna do here, gonna get rid of that, and we're gonna paste it, and then we're gonna save that so that I don't have to do this again.
This is a mistake that shall not be repeated.
Yep. There we go. I no longer have to have this open. I no longer have to be in violence.
And now we can roll
And
that
I'm gonna roll
D20.
Yep.
And it's a 20.
That's a 20. It pulls out 42 zip ties.
Why do you have those? We're not using those while we're brushing. Why do you have?
That's not.
Was that a fumble? Why do you have 42 zip ties? And yes, Lin did absolutely just off the cuff count immediately how many there were. Just why?
I don't know how to explain this. An old person that I used to know, that I used to travel with, had them, and then he made a pact with a god and exploded.
What?
Don't worry about it.
I'm worried. Why are people exploding in relation to gods? Why does that happen?
He ended up being a wild warlock because he decided to have fun with the god of chaos.
Don't do that shit!
The place that I'm originally from. I told him not to do it, and he did it anyways.
That sounds a terrible idea!
So,
don't explode!
I know this. I'm aware. I told him so.
Yeah, good. Tell him it's a ground rule. Don't explode. That's like a life lesson.
He's gone. I just have the zip ties, I guess. I don't know why I have them.
Don't let it be a legacy. You're not allowed to explode, okay? This is a ground rule. Nope, we're not having these zip ties be the precursor to people exploding, okay? Shove them back in the house space.
I don't have any intentions, okay?
Good.
It shoves them back in there. Let's try it again.
They're gone. Banished.
Jesus.
One.
It's a one again. It's another mean, it pulls out a Tea with Death mini book and a lighter. And it looks at this book, and it looks at the lighter, and it puts the lighter under the fucking book and lights it on fire.
Okay,
so we're just not gonna discuss this.
So you don't like
and it goes over.
Okay. Duly noted. Throw it in the sink. Throw it in the sink.
I was going to throw it in the trash, but okay, that might be a better idea. It throws it in the sink and just kind of lets it burn.
Yeah. I noticed that the trash bin has a bin bag and bin bags, and take it from my goblin buddy. Oh, I've learned what happens when you set light to a bin bag. It smells hideous. I had to get him to clean it up.
Okay. I didn't know this.
Yeah, I didn't know
I
either.
I don't usually light things on fire.
Really?
Unless it's wood.
Really? You don't normally set stuff on fire? Really? You? Really?
Well, not like this. And it gestures at where it is and, like, what it just did.
Okay, point, but I've got a case file on you. You've set fire to a lot of shit in the past. And Lin is just gonna go over, just crouch over the smouldering remains, and then just turn on the tap when there's just nothing left.
Nothing but ash.
Yeah. Looks in, wrinkles nose at the smell, turns off the tap and just goes, we'll do all that later. Alright, one more try. I think I've narrowed down to like three brushes.
Okay. Alright, that's a 6. That's over half. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Here we go. God, I have to go searching for this part. Cool. Awesome. Why did I do this? Alright. Halloween Town. It pulls out this ribbon.
Oh. Oh, that's beautiful. Did you mean to pull that out? Is this something? Is this a cultural thing? Is this yours or family members or something?
This is yours. It just kind of hands it to her.
Mine? Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. This is. I mean, it's got heckin' beautiful craftsmanship. Do you make these?
Mm-hmm.
You've said that color is important in your culture before.
Yeah.
What do the colors mean? If you're okay with me asking.
Well, the base color, and it points to the orange, is just kind of your eye color.
Oh.
But the fade, and it points to the pink, that's kind of like an ombre, sort of like fade in, is usually what the current emotion felt towards the person who's wearing it, or it's connected to, sort of, I guess. Who it's for. There we go. And then the border is what the overall relationship in general is, which pink is associated with chaos and play, and black is platonic.
I'm honored. Thank you, Gibbs. This is... And she's looking at you, Gibbs, and it's that It's that soft look of being unable to verbally convey just how much this means to her. But it's in her eyes. Is it, like, is there significance of where you wear it? Because, like, you've got one around your neck, and, like, is it meant to be worn around the neck, or is it in the hair, or would it be okay on my tail, or, like, at my hip? Like, what's the cultural understanding on this? Just so I don't pick it up and do something you shouldn't.
I mean, every person is different for the most part. I'll go more in depth to the rules of that later.
Okay.
If I can remember.
I'll help.
Usually it's worn in the hair, but it doesn't have to be, especially for those who don't have hair. And it does kind of look up at the fact that that's just really long fur on top of its head, not hair.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't have any hair. And, hey, wanna roll another intelligence check?
Sure. Lin, you don't have to roll high on these things. You don't. That's a 16 on the dice, so that's a 19.
So she's probably seen them around with those on them, like in English.
Mm-hmm.
Probably seen Jacques wearing one.
Mm-hmm.
On his wrist, and then Asclepius has one in his hair. It's kind of woven into a braid. I think if she's hung around with Chateau a little bit, Chateau also has one.
Mm-hmm. Okay. I am gonna put this at the end of my plait, and then down the line I'll figure out where I want to put it. I like collecting trinkets, because I got this, and Memoir got me this, and she, like, pulls back on, like, one of her arms. She's got a bracelet hidden that's normally hidden out of sight, and it's a really nice, like, wire one which has got gemstones in it, like yellowy gold ones, yellowy goldy pumpkin orange ones, like her magic. Just goes, Memoir got this for me, and it's related to his culture, and his echo culture, in a sense. And now I got this, and I got my brooch, and this is great. Thank you, Gibbs.
Gibbs pulls up one of its sleeves. I think it's the right one that it has it on, and shows the bracelet that Memoir gave it.
There is the Spider-Man pointing meme. Just, oh! So, you know Memoir? You know TikTok, right?
Yeah.
Oh, and wait, so if you have that, TikTok doesn't give out.
Oh, hello, little shitten.
Cauliflower. But, yeah, Lin just points and goes, wait, so, okay. So, if you've got... Hey, Gibbs, do you know Echo?
Sort of.
Picking fantastic. Because Memoir's been teaching me, and then I learned it, and then Rai, my son... Oh, I've not introduced you to my son, but he is the best, Gibbs. He's this bright spark of a boy. And I've, of course, got network and everything. But he's learning, and I'm learning, and Memoir's taught us. I don't know who else knows it. I mean, I've used it before. It's really good in a tough scrape, I'll tell you that. But while I'm brushing, if you want to practice, we could do that.
Can we do that with anyone but Memoir?
Yeah. I mean, I've had to do it in a tough scrape. I had to do it with Memoir's dad, Raph. That went pretty well. So I think it's like if you understand the language, you can do it. Because yeah, I've done it with my son, and I've done it with my child, and I've done it with Raph. So yeah. And I did it with Jacques. So yeah. Give me a hand. 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 Hand.
Okay. And then it gives her its paw. To which case, I don't know. I think this is probably the first time that they've actually, like, held hands, sort of. That they've actually felt each other's hand. And they do give you the fact that it's got soft fur, but its paws are fucking heavy.
They have done when it was the dance. In their first interaction, they did dance and they did clasp hands on that front. But yeet, she's taking extra notice in this moment.
Do you want up? Do you want up, you little shitten? Nope. You're mine now. You're mine now. You decided to be a little brat and interrupt my FPS. You're now a baby.
God's bliss.
Hello. Hello, you were on your back and you're letting me pet your belly. For everybody at home, I adopted a second cat because we have been fostering 2 kittens, and I adopted one of them. And her name is Cauliflower. She's a little calico. She's got very pretty amber and green eyes. And she's a little shitten. And she has just been vibing with me and bugging the hell out of me. Hi, fat man.
God,
Speak of the devil of cats.
You are being
I have
invaded.
one of my other cats.
You are being invaded by cats.
I am being invaded by cats. And there goes Cauliflower going to bother her grandfather.
Bless. Alright, before we derail too far and end up spending like 3 hours on this.
I'm sorry.
It's alright. But Lin is just like feeling that hand on that sort of front. And then she's gonna try using Echo. And so Gibbs, at the back of your mind, just... It comes almost unbidden after like a beat or two, just the visualization of a door. And it almost feels like a mix between the manor door and a door that you don't recognize, but it feels like home. It feels like home, and it's warm. And then there's just a knock, knock, knock.
I hand you that Gibbs's door is green with a black trim. Or, well, not a black trim, but like a black frame.
Mm-hmm.
And at the current moment, it's got a golden handle, but hee-hoo.
Hee-hoo.
And it's a mix between an old cabin door and what looks kind of like one of the manor doors.
Mm-hmm. Bless. But Lin does just give the encouraging nudge of just, okay, so I've done the knock on the door. You gotta open it, Gibbs. We open the connection, right?
It's trying. It's figuring it out. It's easier to do this with Memoir. It's realizing. So give it a second. And I'm going to give it advantage because fuck you. I don't trust the dice like that. Thank you. kitten. Okay, well, I mean, that was a 16, so I think it figures it out after a moment. And it slowly opens, and then it stops for a second, and then it slowly opens again, stops, and you can tell that it's trying to figure it out, and then it kind of slams open. And there's a feeling of, like, slight nervousness of, like, oh, wait, shit.
And
I didn't mean to do that.
And Gibbs, what you get...
Sorry, I'm dealing with a cat.
Bless your cotton socks. But what you get back, Gibbs, it is memories. It's an echo memory of many greetings, of doors being kicked in with joy and glee, and people yelling greetings, but also quiet ones, of opening gentle doors and the bright lightening of people's eyes as they see who is on the other side. It is greeting, it's hello, happy to see you, welcome in. And then there's the delight of Lin. There is a candle burning, there is the tipping of a hat, there is a cheerful laugh, the smell of pumpkin spice, and a cackle and a bright hum. And then there's a memory of you, Gibbs. Of you in the sunshine, of you, the memory of you the first time Lin properly saw you, properly interacted with you in that dance. There's the moment of both of you up on that rooftop in the moonlight of the clock tower. There's different moments of you happy. The ones that she sees with you. And I think the last bit is the memory of a tail swishing, a very silver tail with a golden heart. Her echo name for you. It's delight and fun and old and age and respect and care.
God. I do not have capacity for a word picture like that. God damn it.
It's alright, you are incredibly valid. And hey, if Gibbs isn't doing too great today, that makes sense.
There is clear attempt at it trying, but it's not coming out right.
Bless it.
And then it kind of fizzles in the door. It doesn't necessarily, like, force her out, but it does just close.
The last...
And they dissipate.
I think the last thing it gets from Lin is this feeling of understanding. It's a wave and a departing out the door. It's being ushered out, but also departing on our own terms with a feeling as though it understands that she is happy to try again another day. That this isn't slamming the door, this is shutting it until you're ready. The connection has been formed.
There is that feeling of, like, it was trying to keep it open, but it couldn't. Like, the wind outside the door was closing it, and it couldn't keep it open.
Bless it. But when it's closed, Lin, outside of her own mind, just blinks, gives a little shake, and the monkey thing of just grooming her head a moment, and just goes, well, that was a good start. We formed it. You did good. You feeling okay?
I don't know.
Do you want to talk about it, or do you want a distraction?
I don't know. And you're seeing the look on its face. It's confused.
Okay. Tell you what, we've got another 15 minutes on the pie and stuff. So while we're waiting on that, how about I get started on doing some brushing? And if you want to talk, you can talk. That okay?
Okay.
Okay. Now, there's a wire pin brush, and I got this comb which is for under fur. It's an old one that I used to use. I still do, but I think, and she holds up a brush that looks as though it's a nice sturdy one with like 2 layers of bristles, so it will be good for the long fur and for the under fur. She just goes, "Is it okay if I use this on you? At any point you can say stop, or I'll be noticing, all right?"
Okay.
Cool. And she's gonna get to brushing Gibbs. Just all the parts.
This is very fun. Where does she start in particular?
I think she'd be looking for where would be a good place on Gibbs.
I mean, it does not care.
Hey, shall I roll a nature check for where is good place on Fox to go brushy brushy?
I legit sit here in the fact that I wouldn't be able to tell you. To be honest, it does not care.
Okay.
Same reaction, regardless.
What parts of Gibbs are on show? I think she'd go with tail just because tail big and tail lightly matted.
Tail big and tail lightly matted, but also I do hand you that its head fur is also just like, you think the tail's matted, you look at the head fur and dear God.
So what she would gently do is just tilt her head to one side as though indicating where she's gonna go, and then just very gently start brushing.
Alright, I gotta do the thing. Hold on.
If it's a good thing, you have bardic inspiration die with a d6.
It is a good thing, and it doesn't require bardic inspiration. It's a noise that I have to physically make with my mouth, and I'm hoping that I can get it right.
Yes!
I don't know why I have to take off my glasses for this, but you know what? Fuck it. That's fine.
Oh, that's a noise. That a good noise, Gibbs? You like that? And I will roll insight to see whether she's picked up that is a good noise.
I mean, I don't even think that you need it, because it does just kind of like, you can fucking see it lay its head down.
Oh,
and sort of
this is good.
flop. It doesn't lay entirely on its side or its back. But it is very clearly just kind of flop now.
She is gonna keep this up because Gibbs deserves nice things. She has decided this. And hey, monkeys show that they care by grooming.
And you've got fox cat trill noise.
She is so content right now in having achieved her main goal. Give Gibbs nice thing.
Give Gibbs nice thing. It enjoy brushy time.
And she is just going to, like, she's tucked the ribbon into her hair, just like in the end, so that it's safe. And so now she's just having the nice time of just Gibbs just there, just brushing it. This is good, Your Honor.
I hand you that it is starting to purr as time passes, and that purring gets even louder.
That is...
You didn't know that it could purr, but here it is, doing so.
There is just...
And it's...
Sorry, you go.
It is a deep rumbling purr that you can feel shake where you're sitting. So...
Bless. She is going to treasure this memory forever. And she does just start humming under her breath as she's just doing it. So I think they'll be doing this until like the pie is done. And then just, you know, sort out all the pie stuff. And she will offer to brush more after the pie is out and everything.
Once again, it does not care.
Once again, she is going to brushy. And so...
And again, on the trill and the purse, because it is weak.
It is weak, and it is having a wonderful time. Bless. And I guess, is there anything else you wanted to do in this FPS?
No, I think that's a good place to leave it off.
It's just...
I think that's soft.
Panning out in this manner, there is the smell of really well-made pumpkin pie and fried pumpkin seeds and everything else here. And these two having a nice time while this motorboat purr rings out through the manor. It's a good day.
Yeah, it's a very good day. And I'm laying here and I went from emotions.
That was so soft!
They are! I apologize to everybody if this was like, if Gibbs was, you know, not as interactive as it normally is.
Shut, it's an old fox. It's allowed its off days. And hey, it still had soft.
Yeah.
Bless. But thank you for doing this with me, Babble. And I hope our listeners enjoy it.
Yes, and thank you, Vwild. I gently pat you and I headbutt you.
Yee.
Beloved Sib.
Beloved
Sibster.
The best of Sibs. Alright. Bye-bye, everyone.
Bye, guys.